Welcome to Forensic Friday.
where we examine the intersection of true crime, psychology, and the heart of being human in the middle of it all.
Should we be using the other platform?
No. I don't have enough patience to figure it out. I can't log in. I can't find my passwords.
Oh my God.
Garrett watched me tonight. I was like a baby deer trying to log into 4 different things at once, and I was like losing my mind. Oh, it's been a couple weeks.
I know, dude.
I'm like, I want to go back to the cabana or I kind of want to like go to the mountains and just chill. Like a pool in the mountains sounds amazing right now.
Be great.
You know? I'm going to Yellowstone. I got to see bears. Bears, moose. What else? Buffalo. I think that's like my bingo card for Yellowstone.
So fun. I'm so jealous.
I know. You can come, bring your camper. The more the merrier. We got a cabin right outside of the northeast entrance. So that's gonna be wild. But I'm gonna have like no cellular internet for a few days. You're gonna get such a break. I'm not gonna be texting you. You'll probably miss me. The second day
you'll be like, is she dead?
48, it'll take 48 hours, and then you're gonna be like, my world is different. Like
I won't have like 7 texts to wake up to.
You will not. And we'll see. I'm hoping that I sleep. It's gonna be a good discipline for me. It's gonna be really fun. I know. We're gonna hike a little, go look at all the things. It's gonna be fun.
It's fun.
I know.
I love that. Well, we were trying to decide if we wanted to do a full case or the other thing, but you know what? We could just full send it with the case.
Let's do it.
Okay.
We owe them a case. We missed a Friday. We owe them a case.
So sorry, let me just check on little one. Make sure we're still good. We're good.
You see my roses? Garrett came in on our anniversary, which I forgot, by the way.
Oh yeah, those are pretty.
He came in and he goes 2 dozen roses for almost 20 years. And I was like, okay, sir. What a bad wife. Woke up, no idea. It's 19. 19 married, 21 together.
Wow.
We were babies.
That's crazy.
I know. I posted a wedding.
9 years this year.
Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
We're exactly 10 years like ahead, I feel like.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
I know.
It's weird.
It's crazy.
Because we were babies.
Yeah, we were not babies. I feel like we were babies.
You were still kind of babies. We were just really babies. Like when you think 20 years old, it's nuts.
I was 29. Press was 28.
Oh, yeah. Oh, your wedding was so lovely. I love that I got to go to your wedding. I wish you could have come to my wedding.
I know. The
Broadmoor. Loved my wedding at the Broadmoor. But we were just, Gary and I look at each other all the time and we're like, man, we dodged a bullet. Like, I don't know how we got so lucky at 20 to find such a good human. I'm thankful every day because it's a wild world out there. That's why we're doing our dating series, because you got to know, are you dating a fill in the blank?
Yeah. Next one will be narcissist.
Matt's getting more creative with his fill in the blanks these days.
Oh my God.
Permission to swear.
I love it.
It's fine. Sorry, Tina.
Well, and sometimes you just need that moment,
Once in a while.
It's every so often. It's important.
No, I made you laugh the other day. I said something unhinged. I don't remember what it was, but it got you giggling.
Oh, you've had me laughing a couple of times this week.
I know. I could be a little unexpected with it sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm waiting for your case. I'm ready.
Okay. The case I'm doing is pretty interesting. It's about a teenager, so trigger warning. People, to my parents out there.
What do you want us thinking about? What's my motivation? What am I listening for?
Well, narcissism.
Oh, that's a favorite Easter egg hunt of ours.
Narcissism.
Okay.
Grooming. And coercive control.
Oh, yes.
So all the things that we work with. So the case that I am doing today.
Wait, am I recording? Oh, thank God, I am. Sorry. I just tried.
I would have cried. I would have been like, we're doing 2 weeks of no case. 2 weeks of no case. Sorry, guys. I'm going to bed.
Even I would have thrown in the towel at that point.
I know. We would have just recorded tomorrow that said, love you guys next week.
Love you. White flag. We surrender.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry. I ruined your flow.
It's okay. So the case I'm doing this week is Alexis Rasmussen. Sorry, Garrett.
I can say it again. We're so bad at this. This is where the AI, if we were on the other platform, would have fixed the name.
Oh my God. Okay.
Rasmussen. I did an unhinged photo thing today for the postcards, and I put it in AI, and you look insane.
Dude, don't do that.
You look like you're like a second cousin thrice removed or something. It's nuts.
Send me the picture.
It's not like unattractive at all, but it's like 30% you.
No, send me the picture. I've had that happen before where I like put a picture in for AI to like change the background. And I'm like, that's literally not even me.
Here's the problem. I have a great headshot of me inside and you outside, and it looked really weird on a postcard. So I was like, we either need to both be outside or both be inside.
Oh no. Send me a picture of this.
Both ways.
Oh my God, you're a mess.
And the inside one is so bad.
The one of you?
No, it's not bad. It's just not you.
I don't have an inside one of my headshot.
It's not you.
What? I'm so confused.
I'm so sorry. It's so funny though. I took Lake you and it put you inside and like turned you into somebody else.
Oh my
I don't
God.
know. It's like vaguely you, but then like not.
Send me a picture. Do you have it? Send it right now so I can see it.
I'm gonna put it in social media.
You guys, Janine cannot handle herself right now.
I'm so sorry. I needed to laugh so bad. Oh my God, it was so funny. And I couldn't even laugh. I was so depressed earlier. I needed to be with you to laugh about it. I was like desperately doing things. And then
Oh my God.
now I'm seeing your adorable face and I'm like, that wasn't her. I don't know who it was, but it's not you.
That wasn't Natalie.
Oh my God, so funny. I'm so sorry.
Okay,
Woo!
send it and then we're gonna get started.
I'm so sorry. I know we're trying to be fast tonight, but that just made me laugh so hard.
It's okay. Are you sending it?
Oh my gosh, yes, I'm finding it. Oh, this is it. Oh my God, you're gonna lose your mind. Hang on. I'm downloading it and I'm gonna put it in the chat. Oh my God. Oh, I'm dying. I needed to laugh so bad. I will sleep better because I laughed. I really will. Okay.
Did you send it?
Sending it right now.
Oh my God. Oh God. So bad.
But it's like traces of you, but it's not you. It's like a fucked up
I don't
fever
even
dream
have
of
those
you.
eyebrows
Oh my God.
or teeth. My teeth aren't that long.
No, it's,
Oh my God, that's so.
I don't know who that is, but that is not you. There's one of us outside together, and I look shorter than you. I'm sending you this one other one because it's incredible. But I at least
People would get that and be like, "Who is that?"
the rest of them at least are us. That one, it just like went left.
Oh my God.
Hallucination in the chat, people.
Send me the image. Oh my
That
God.
was 45 minutes of my day before I had my first meltdown of the day.
I love this.
Oh my gosh, so funny. Okay, why is this not working?
Yeah, that one is not me. That's so funny.
It's not you, and it made me giggle, but then I was like also depressed. I didn't really laugh until like later.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, you go ahead and I will send it to you later because
Okay.
it's not worth waiting on.
Okay. So the case we're doing today is Alexis Rasmussen. She was a teenager, Ogden, Utah. Her body had been there for over a month. The decompensation was so severe that identifying her took hours. But North Ogden detective Mike Tribe had spent weeks staring at her photographs, and there was one thing that he kept coming back to: her smile.
Mm.
It was her teeth that confirmed it. That smile, bright, recognizable, belonging to a 16-year-old girl named Alexis. She had been out there in the woods alone while her mother searched for her every single day. Her whole family searched for her, not just her mom. 38 days. That's how long Alexis was missing before her body was found. 38 days of her family not knowing, of a community plastering her face on flyers, of detectives chasing dead ends, and the whole time, the people who knew exactly what happened to her were living 3 miles away, lying to anyone who asked. So we are going to go deep in on this case. I want to be clear up front. This isn't just a story about a girl who died of a drug overdose. That framing is exactly the kind of thing that lets predators off the hook. This is a story about grooming and perpetrators, about how adults deliberately prey on teenagers, and about the legal fight to make sure that when a child dies because of exploitation, someone has to be held accountable.
Absolutely.
You ready to get into it?
I'm ready. I am
Okay.
ready.
So, who is Alexis? Before we talk about what happened to her, we need to talk about who she was. Because in cases like this, it's easy for victims to become just a name attached to a tragedy, which we've heard so many people that we've met feel. Like, people have said they just become a tragedy, they just become a story. And Alexis was so much more than a tragedy. She was 16 years old. She lived in North Ogden, Utah, as I mentioned before, a small, tight-knit community about 45 miles north of Salt Lake City.
Okay.
By all accounts, she was a normal teenager. She had friends. She had a little sister she clearly, very clearly adored. And there are photos of her holding that little sister and just grinning. And again, that smile. We
Kind of
kept
like Ellen Greenberg.
Yes. No, literally.
You know, just that big bright smile.
Yep. We keep coming back to it, as everyone else who worked this case did. She had one of those faces you remembered. I would encourage you, I know I would never encourage you to do this while we record because you are so bad at getting distracted.
I'm looking right.
I was going to say you should Google her and just see.
Oh, that big smile.
I know.
She's just lovely.
Lovely. Very lovely. She had vulnerabilities, as every teenager does. And that's important to understand in the context of what we're talking about today. Because groomers don't randomly select victims. You and I both know this, right? We did a whole episode on typology of victims and how predators pick their victims, right?
Oh, yeah.
Specifically domestic violence, but this is similar.
Well, actually, I mean, across the board, because even the gait analysis study and some of the research that's out there, it never blames a victim one bit.
Right.
But there's factors that they quite literally over generations have learned to look for to try to pick people who are maybe a little bit more vulnerable for lots of reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. When they look for kids who might be easier to access, right?
Mhm. Oh, absolutely.
Easier to influence,
Mhm.
easier to keep secrets from their families.
Uh,
This is the thing. I think my hope is, and I want to say I think, parents are now so much more aware because of how sadly often kids and teenagers have been perpetrated on. And so I want to say that there's a little bit more of awareness. Like I talk to parents all the time now, and they're like, yeah, we don't do sleepovers.
We'll be right back.
This episode is brought to you by Southeast Counseling Center. Southeast Counseling Center is a 501c3 nonprofit mental health provider right here in Parker, Colorado, conveniently located just off major highways. We serve the whole family, from play therapy for kids to couples and family therapy, trauma treatment, psychological testing, and specialized groups. Access matters. That's why Southeast Counseling Center accepts Medicaid, Tri-West, and victim compensation, and also offers a community subsidy program to help people who fall in the gap between Medicaid and traditional insurance coverage. And because we're a nonprofit, every dollar donated by the community goes directly towards providing treatment services for people who need help. Prefer to meet at home? Telehealth is available statewide so anyone in Colorado can access our services. To get started, call 720-842-5553 or fill out our secure web inquiry form at secounseling.org. Southeast Counseling Center, care that is accessible, compassionate, and rooted in the community.
yeah. I think that people talk about, the latchkey kids, Gen X, that kind of thing. And some millennials too, the two-parent, working homes. And we have a lot of that now.
Mhm.
But I think a lot of parents now came up through that and are like, no, like I was vulnerable for some reason, right?
Yep.
No, for sure.
So the Millerbergs, Eric and Dea, lived in her neighborhood. Eric was 35 at the time, and Dea was 38. And they had younger children, a toddler and a baby.
Mm.
And Alexis, like a lot of teenagers, looked to earn some extra cash and would babysit for them.
Oh, no.
That's where the story begins. With something that looks completely and totally normal. Thoughts so far?
I already know I'm going to be upset.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
But if this is going where I think it is, and I don't want to get ahead, I do remember, and I'm sure you do too. We've talked about babysitting before. You babysat. I babysat
Way too
all the
young.
time. Oh, me too. Oh, it's horrifying. I mean, when I think about it,
I'm like, I would never.
people trusted me with their baby.
No, literally.
When I was like 16, I mean, I was a responsible kid, but I didn't know what I was doing.
Oh, I was trusted in middle school, like 6th grade. I was trusted in 5th grade to watch kindergartners.
I probably,
We
okay,
were the 5th grade buddies, and then we would literally go babysit our kindergarten buddies.
well, I was researching. I probably was. I was reading Babysitter's Club. It's my favorite book series ever growing up.
Yeah.
And so my friend and I made flyers in 5th grade to be babysitters. So I probably did watch like kindergartners, but I mean, in high school, it was babies. I would say 14, I started watching babies where I still had the dad. And it was typically the dad who, thankfully, in my case, was a very safe human, but would drive me home after. Like I didn't have my license when I started.
Yeah.
So it would be 10, 11 o'clock at night. And I've got this, like a whole man driving me home. That's what, when I think about that,
So sketchy, dude.
what is happening?
I mean, I'm thankful like nothing happened, but like it's so.
No,
it's
this
such
family
a
was
risk.
wonderful that I babysat for years. But when I think about it, that late,
I would
by
never.
myself in a car, oh my God, nuts.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't do it. I would not.
Mm-mm.
So I want to spend some real time here because this is the part that I think gets glossed over in a lot of true crime coverage.
Mhm.
People hear grooming and they think of something obvious, right? So when you're a forensic therapist. So when you think of grooming, what do you think?
I
No.
mean, I do think the obvious things are gifts, like dramatic things,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But a lot of times it's not. It can be smaller. But I think the public perception is usually gifts, experiences, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Thank you for taking a public point of view.
Got it.
So typically something that would trigger alarm bells, right? But not always.
Hmm.
But the whole point of grooming is that this doesn't look like grooming while it's happening,
Mm.
right? Grooming is methodical and it's patient.
Mm-hmm.
It almost always starts with something completely legitimate like babysitting,
Yes.
right? So what was happening
Mm-hmm.
was Eric Millerberg, he was building access.
Mm.
Alexis had a legitimate reason to be in their house.
Yes.
She was getting paid to be there. And I'm going to get more into this. She would get paid, but there was other forms of payment that ended up becoming a thing, which I will get into.
Okay.
She knew the family. She trusted them. That access was everything, right? Because once you have a regular, normalized access to a teenager, especially one whose parents feel comfortable with the arrangement, you have time and opportunity to move to the next step and to the next step and to the next step.
Mm.
Which in this case was drugs.
Mm.
Okay. Based on what I read, the main thing was methamphetamine. But I believe there were a lot of other drugs happening, but the main thing was methamphetamine.
Yeah.
Testimony from a friend of Alexis, who also spent time at the Millerberg's house, was pretty, I mean, she really named what happened. She said that she and Alexis would go over there to the couple's home often and use drugs with them. So I'm going to paint the picture fully here. The Millerbergs are in their mid to late 30s. Okay.
Mhm.
These girls are literally teenagers. They are
They're
not
20 years younger. Yeah.
literally. They still live at home and they are in high school.
Mm.
Right. So the Millerbergs would have teens over, not just Alexis, but they would have teens over and have these big parties and buy them booze and buy them drugs. It was Eric who taught them how to smoke meth.
Mm.
He literally taught teenagers how to use methamphetamine.
I've heard of this. Some of the most heinous cases I've worked, the families introduce meth to their kids and stuff, or like the case that we did, the Colorado case where the mom was using meth with like the boys,
Yeah.
the friends, her daughter's friends and stuff. But there is something so sick and twisty when you abuse your power to get a kid hooked on drugs. Like that's nuts to me.
It's nuts. I won't share their name, but I know of someone back when I used to volunteer at my church for their Teen Celebrate Recovery. There was someone who shared their testimony, like an adult, and they said their dad would literally give him beer at 3 years old just to watch him stumble more around.
Oh my gosh.
Like that's heartbreaking. It's
Mhm.
heartbreaking. And it's horrible even because I knew that story before I had my amazing daughter.
Mhm.
It's like I already was like, I can't believe anyone would do that. But then you actually have a kiddo and you're like, I literally
No.
it's like like when I heard it and I didn't have my kiddo yet, I was like, that's Horrible, 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 horrible.
Mm.
But then when you actually know what it's like to have a kid, it's like a visceral anger. You know what I
Oh.
mean? It's so terrible. Anyway,
Mm.
so this is textbook grooming behavior. You introduce a minor to a substance that lowers their inhibitions, creates dependency, and
Mhm.
manufactures a shared secret.
Yes. There's an intimacy involved in it, in the ritual of it, yeah.
Now the kid isn't just a babysitter.
Mm-mm.
She's someone who has done something illegal with you,
Mm.
something she can't easily tell her parents about. I mean, there's no way.
Mm-mm.
That's leverage.
Yes.
And here's the thing, Eric knew exactly what he was doing.
100%.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
This is also a form of control. Once someone is dependent on you for drugs,
Mm.
or even just excited to come over to your house because there will be drugs,
Mm.
right? You've shaped their behavior. You've made yourself the destination.
Mm.
And this is where the sexual exploitation enters the picture. I know your face.
Oh, I'm so mad.
You know. I know. I know.
Mm.
Prosecutors said Alexis was having what they called a quote unquote relationship with Eric Millerberg, but also with Dea.
What? Dea? Oh.
But primarily Eric.
Okay. That's some twisty shit.
I know. And what I want, so quote unquote, right? Relationship. I put the air quotes around that word because it's important to be clear. A 16-year-old cannot have a consensual relationship with a 35-year-old.
No, relationship implies consent, which they clearly could not have.
Right. Who has been supplying her with drugs.
Ugh.
Like, that's not a relationship, that's exploitation.
Well, and I think one of the reasons I love doing this with you, Nat, is because we do this in our day job where we sit with somebody and we're like, actually, that sounds like human trafficking.
Literally,
Actually,
yes.
that sounds like coercion.
Yes.
Actually, that, you know what I mean? We get to like debunk this for
Yes.
people who do this stuff. But man, when you hear the stories and you can't intervene, it's just maddening.
Yep. And it wasn't a one-time thing, right? Obviously not.
Was the wife getting and you may get into this, so you can punt me to later, but was the wife being coerced?
I'm coming.
So, okay,
that.
I knew you would. We think the same. I know you'll get there.
We'll be right back.
If you work with court-ordered clients, you already know the system can be overwhelming. Documentation, coordination, compliance tracking, billing, on top of actually doing the therapy. That's why we want to tell you about Reliatrax, a one-stop platform built specifically for therapists working in the court-ordered space and voluntary treatment. Reliatrax helps you stay connected with probation and referral sources so everyone's on the same page and your clients get the best care possible without the endless emails, calls, and paperwork. And here's the exciting part. Reliatrax now offers Aura, their new AI assistant. Aura helps streamline documentation, keeps you organized, and supports your workflow so you can spend less time clicking boxes and more time doing clinical work. Reliatrax also supports insurance billing, including Medicaid, making it easier to serve both court-ordered and voluntary clients all in one system. No juggling platforms and no workarounds. And the other amazing thing is you have an actual team of people who can support you, not some automated system. If you're looking for a smarter, more efficient way to manage compliance, communication, and care, Reliatrax was built for this. Check out Reliatrax and see how it can support you, your clients, and the systems you work in without burning you out. You can go to www.reliatrax.com to get started.
This had been going on for a long time. He had supplied her with drugs and had sex with her on previous occasions. He later bragged to a fellow inmate that he, and I'm paraphrasing here, partied with teenage girls,
Okay, bro.
and he was proud of it.
Okay, you got to be careful where you brag about that in prison, though.
Right, dude. Dude.
You can put yourself on the menu. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Which brings me to the detail that I cannot stop thinking about when Eric Millerberg was later in jail, before he was even charged in Alexis's death. He told another inmate he was the watcher of the flock.
Oh, no. Mm-mm. Burn it down.
Watcher of the flock. Mm-hmm.
His flock of teenage girls?
Like, dude, I cannot. I was about to say the F word, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
I think you probably will, but we'll see. The flock?
You know, a flock. A watcher of the flock.
Like,
that's how he described himself. Not as someone who made a terrible mistake, not as someone who got caught up in a bad situation, but as someone who watched over a flock.
this is interesting, though, because usually, I shouldn't say usually because I'm not citing any research here. It seems like, allegedly, these folks tend to go in on this narrative, right? That they're taken care of, they're whatever, or that they party with them and they're like them. And you see with women who hook up with younger boys, a lot of times it's that partying thing. You see sometimes with males over females, this like, but I was taking care of them. He's doing both, which is interesting.
So it's weird. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. So even going back to your initial question, it's not narcissism. This is psychopathy.
Oh yeah. Well, and I did a training. I don't even know what day it is. Yesterday. I did a training and I was speaking to diversion officers who work with juveniles all up and down the Front Range and people from out of town and stuff. And we were talking about how the most likely victim of an adolescent intimate partner violence homicide is a teenage girl with a much older male partner. Not even much older male partner.
Yeah.
So a partner over the age of 18, right?
Yeah.
And so this fits that to a T.
Yeah.
So we were talking about what happens if the 16-year-old punches the 30-year-old and the relationship doesn't get disclosed, then you can end up in this weird thing where a kid ends up in the system.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. So that's how he described himself. And this tells us everything about him / his psychology. This wasn't accidental. This wasn't a one-off. This was how he saw himself in relation to teenagers around him.
Well, and it's not psychosis. Like if he thinks he's a cult leader and maybe he's drinking his own Kool-Aid, that's different. This is different.
Yeah, no, this is psychopathy. Now, to your question, what about Dea?
I will wait. I will reserve judgment.
I don't want her to fade into the background here. So she is the wife, the co-predator, the person who later got a lighter sentence for cooperating. Her role is a little complicated, but it really matters. Dea Millerberg participated in the drug use. She was present during what happened to Alexis. And she also, I don't know how to say this, used Alexis for sex, but it was like promoted 3 ways.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Was she promoted the 3 ways? The wife did?
Yeah.
Was it so she could stay in the loop with her husband?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's I didn't read that, but that would be my guess.
Well, that's the coercive part I'm curious about, is there's zero excuse for this behavior. And there will be people who will reply like, she was under duress. And then other people who'll be like, she's a monster, fry her. You know, that's how people are. But the reality is probably somewhere in the middle. but it is interesting to think about what the extent of his coercion of her is.
Well, and I'll remind you, she's older than him
Mhm.
by a few years, right?
Oh.
Mhm.
Yeah. They do have small children,
Mhm.
which is also weird.
She would later claim that she was terrified of her husband and that he was controlling. Like, she literally was like, yeah, bro, you're my out. And I'm going to run you over and then back up.
That's
You know?
interesting too.
Mhm.
Mm.
And the court did take that into account. But
Did she have receipts about all the things?
I didn't see receipts.
Hmm.
But she was also an adult woman who had a teenage girl in her home and did nothing to protect her.
That just, I mean, I don't understand that. Like, if my husband pulled, and I know, I mean, I love him so much. If he pulled shit with a teenager and I found out about it, oh my God, the speed
Done.
with which I would
Done.
string that man up. I mean,
Done.
and I love him to pieces and I trust him with my whole life, but the idea that there was an adult woman, and I like to think that women do tend to protect each other when the chips are down, and we've seen a million cases of that. Like for every one of these, there's like a million of women protecting each other. We may not be girls, we may not get along, I don't know, whatever. But when the chips are really down and like you're captive in a house with somebody, like women tend to actually take care of each other. So how sad for this teenager that there was a mother in that home who couldn't protect her or chose not to protect her for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awful.
I know. And this is something that we talk about a lot in grooming cases. The presence, as you were just saying, of a woman can actually disarm a young victim
Oh, yes.
immediately.
Yes.
If a married couple invites you over, if the wife is there, if it feels like a family environment, it feels safer.
Yes.
It's harder to recognize the danger.
Yes.
Dea's presence may have made Alexis feel like it was okay. And she did. She did make it feel like it was okay. She was also using drugs with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
I get that.
So the night of September 10th, 2011. Let's walk through what happened on that night that Alexis died. And I want to warn listeners here, this segment gets a little graphic, but it's important to go over. The details are disturbing, but again, I think it's very necessary because they illustrate in the most concrete terms possible what was actually done to this teenage girl.
So people should skip ahead if they might be triggered. Yeah.
Fast forward. So drug use, obviously coercion and control, all that. The night started pretty ordinary, with Dea calling Alexis to come over to babysit. When Alexis arrived, there was just a little babysitting. But then they came home and they hung out. Then Eric prepared 3 syringes of heroin. Okay. So again, their main thing was meth. They did everything.
Yeah.
They did it. But 3 syringes. One for himself, one for Dea, and one for Alexis. He injected Alexis with heroin. They then went out to run some errands, filling prescriptions. Oh, I did leave this part out. So Dea was a nurse.
Oh, I was gonna say they've got a hookup somewhere, like
an NP. So
which also was a big deal in Utah, by the way. Because what year was this?
2011.
Oh, yeah. So it like ravaged Utah because it started with legal prescriptions, which felt more accessible anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they went to go run errands, filling prescriptions, and came back. And that's when things escalated further. Eric then made syringes with methamphetamine in it and injected the methamphetamine into Alexis's neck.
Oh my God.
So here's what I know working in drug court way back when. Meth,
Mm-hmm.
when it's being injected,
Yep.
is the high is way more intense and it hits you super fast.
Yes.
That's in the arm.
Yes.
In
Oh.
the neck, in the neck, it's like game over.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's actually kind of a death wish.
Well, yeah, I mean the meth won't necessarily kill you in that state. It could,
Mhm.
but it really, I mean, it's going to fry your brain,
Yes.
and especially if you already had heroin on board. I don't know how much time there was between the two, but not a ton.
Mhm.
If you're going and getting prescriptions, I don't know how long they were gone, but that's not a ton of time either. So now you have two opposing substances in your body
Yeah.
also. One's
Yep.
speeding you up and one's slowing you down.
Yep. After he and Alexis engaged in sexual contact, the three of them used drugs again. And Alexis, according to Dea's testimony, she said she was as high as she's ever been. So she's now used some sort of substance 3 times.
What was the third thing? Heroin again?
Methamphetamine.
Meth again. Okay.
And at some point during those hours, the late night of September 10th, into the early morning of the 11th, Alexis died.
Hmm.
The two of them went outside, smoked. So Alexis started to shake and she started to exhibit like the feverish type of symptoms, right? She was shaking but really hot, so they put her in a bathtub. That didn't calm her down, so they put her in bed.
Mm.
And then she ended up getting really cold, so she like could not get warm. They like layered her up and she could not get warm. And then they went out. They were out for, I want to say, I can't remember exactly, 30 to 45 minutes, and came in and she had died. She was 16 at a neighbor's house. And she died because an adult man who had groomed her injected her with lethal amounts of controlled substances. This is what killed her. So take a minute, take a breath, because this is heavy, right? We're talking about, I mean, one of, in my opinion, a parent's worst nightmare.
Hmm.
Her parents did not know she was using drugs. They knew she was a little spicy. She's a
So
teenager.
they figured when she was gone all day, was she doing overnights or was it just like she'd be gone all day and sometimes like where,
Rarely did overnights, but her mom talks a lot in some of the documentaries I watched, and she talks about how she also had trust for these neighbors.
Mhm.
And she had been texting with Alexis earlier that day, and it was getting late into the night. And then the text stopped.
Mm.
But I do believe her mom was like, just stay over there because it's so late. I think. I could be wrong, so don't like hold me to the fire on that, listeners. But there was communication happening.
Okay.
And I don't think it was common for her to stay the night, but I think it happened probably like infrequently.
But you would be asking yourself, I mean, maybe I can tell you right now, but I am a forensic therapist. This is where I don't always know if I'm just messed up forever or this is a reasonable question. Tina would ask this question, I already know, because Tina asks all the questions. But I'd be like, okay, so where are they going that they have these two small children and need my 16-year-old to watch their two little kids late into the night, especially if it's happening frequently or they're gone a lot. I'm gonna be like, what is happening over there? That's weird. But hindsight's always 2020 and it was different. 2011's different than now too.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
I
mean, yeah, I was graduating college when she was 16, and it was very different. you know. What happens next is what takes it from a tragedy and a horrible situation to a crime. Well, it was already a crime, but they could have covered it up. They didn't do what came next.
Or it might have been like manslaughter with a side of statutory rape. You know what I mean? Instead of like, it probably still would have been murder. It's murder.
It would have been. But yeah, I don't know. They could have, I don't know. Eric and Dea did not call 911. They did not call her parents. They did not try to get her help. They put her body in a bag. They drove to a remote area and they dumped her there. What's super sick, so they left their toddler, I think their toddler was 4, home alone.
Oh, yeah, that sounds about right.
And took the baby with them to dump her, to literally get rid of her body.
So they had a dead teenager in their house. They leave their 4-year-old home alone, ostensibly in the middle of the night, and took their baby up out of the crib, like out of sleep, and to go do this. Oh, I mean, that's Chris Watts level sick.
No,
it really is.
It's super sick. It's like,
when it comes to kids, you know what I mean? That's about as sick as it gets.
Yeah. Ugh. On their way home, they threw her stuff in a dumpster. They pulled the carpet out of their truck because obviously they were worried about evidence. And they threw that in a separate dumpster. And then they went home. And when Alexis' family started asking questions, when police started asking questions, the Millerbergs told them that she had left before midnight to meet a friend.
This is before the Ring cameras.
Yeah. Yep. So for 38 days, Alexis's mother and people who really cared about her searched for her. 38 days of not knowing if she was alive somewhere. And this was the other piece. It did note that at times Alexis would quote unquote run away, but she wasn't, if I can say it this way, she wasn't that good at running away because she would tell her mom where she was going. Yeah. So like she would leave and go to a friend's and get, run away, but her mom always knew where she was at. While the people who knew exactly what had happened, were a few miles away, and they were literally just going about their lives, thinking they were going to get away with this.
That's insane.
Yeah. The case broke open because of a tip from a confidential informant. That's how that informant had spoken to someone who said, and this is chilling, Dea knows everything that happened. The girl is buried somewhere in the state. She's not gone, but not alive.
Oof.
And then even after Alexis' body was found, Dea continued to lie to police. She didn't come forward with the truth until December 30th of 2011, months after her death. She later said she was terrified of her husband, that it was finally time for her to come forward, that she didn't want Alexis's family to keep suffering and not knowing. What are you thinking?
What are you thinking?
Well, I have the privilege of seeing her apology in court after she was sentenced, and it's horrible. Like obviously because it was YouTube or I don't know, something where I could see the comments. Maybe it was TikTok. Anyway, the comments were like, she's not even a good actor. She's not even a good actor.
Well, this is why I'm asking you, because you've seen more, but I'm looking at your face and I'm like, there's a world in which this wife has been terribly abused. Like there are cases out there where the wife, I don't want to say didn't have a choice because I think that's a weird thing to say, but they were in a really terrible position, and there's not one way that people deal with that kind of stress, but there's some things we don't see nearly as often, and it's like a bullshit half-assed apology is not usually. You're more likely to see full dissociation than somebody kind of trying to dance with an emotion. Like, that's weird. Does that make sense what I'm saying? I
Yes.
don't think I'm saying it well. Like, the
makes sense.
deceitfulness around the feeling is not what we typically see
Correct.
in a victimization situation.
Yeah.
It could happen, but it didn't sit right with people for a reason. I think we know when we're sitting with something that just doesn't feel authentic.
I know. So this is the legal debate. This is the part of the case that I find the most interesting in terms of court stuff, because we don't hear of this super often, and I'll be curious what you think. Because when prosecutors announced they were charging Eric with child abuse homicide, a lot of people pushed back.
Interesting.
The question was essentially, can you charge someone with homicide when a person dies from a drug overdose?
Oh, yeah, well, that answer is yes.
The defense's argument was obviously predictable, in my opinion. And it's not completely without logic.
Mhm.
Their defense was Alexis chose to use drugs. She had used drugs before. This was not the first time she used drugs. She had, put it in her own body. She was not forced at gunpoint. This was, from the defense's perspective, a tragic accident involving a willing participant.
How did they look themselves in the mirror? Like, I mean, I'm sorry. That just went all through me. You cannot look at a 16-year-old girl and be like, that was a willing participant in this sexcapade, drug-fueled whatever nonsense murder. Like, this is ridiculous. Listen, I value in the criminal justice system that if we get accused of things, we have a defense. Like, that's great. But I do wonder sometimes what it's like. I wonder, like, what would it be like to craft an argument like that?
Right.
Because what was the case we did where they were like, I can't do anything about this. This is a mess. The one, was it the crash, not the crash? It's like, oh, it was the girls. Where they were gonna mount a defense, and then they're like, this is that was the end of it. Like, really.
They're like, they counted to 3.
They counted to 3, like, we're done. Like, they tried that one defense and it got denied, and it was like, well,
Yeah.
shucks. I don't. Then like a case, and I don't understand all the ins and outs. We actually have a friend who I would love to bring on the podcast at some point, who did criminal defense law. And I really want to believe that people can mount a defense. I think it's important that we can be treated as innocent until we're found guilty. But some of the arguments that they have to come up with, like you said, I can understand on the surface.
Right.
If this was also a 35-year-old woman, but not with a child.
Correct. So the first problem with the she chose to use drugs argument is that it ignores the entire context of how Alexis came to be in that house using those drugs in the first place.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
She was being groomed. The adults in the room had spent months, adults, months, potentially longer, normalizing drug use for her, having parties. Other teens were also there at times. So to her, it felt safe. She was not the only one that had been in that house and that had partied. They were teaching her, right?
Yes.
They were creating an environment where she felt that this was so normal and it was supposed to be safe in her mind. Can a teenager who has been systematically groomed by an adult truly be said to be making a free choice? The law has a clear answer to that. Guess what it is?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, no.
No. The second problem in the specific nature of what Eric did and Dea that night. He didn't just make drugs available, he prepared syringes. He prepared syringes, dude. He injected her. He put a needle in a 16-year-old's neck. That's not passive. You're not like sitting around being like, yeah, she got a hold of my drugs.
No, she didn't pop a pill that happened to have fentanyl in it. Do you know what I mean? That's not what happened. This was like in the neck. Come on, man.
Literally did it. What are you thinking?
Well, I think it's, do you know what I can't get out of my mind right now? And I'm just gonna say the thing is the human trafficking victims, survivors that we've worked with, and just how they end up. And I know that's not the case here, but it's like this younger, vulnerable, exploited, and drugs are so often a part of that too. And I just can't get that feeling out of me that these two, I think it's because the wife was involved. It's like 2-on-1, age difference, drugs. Like this kid didn't stand a chance. This had nothing to do with this kid's choices at all. This kid ran right into a spider web. Like this wasn't something that she could have done different. Not easily. I don't know why she didn't feel she could tell her parents right away. But what people don't know about grooming, when we brought up in the top of the episode, and I love that you asked that question, it's not like he bought her a car. It's little moments. It's an extra $20 bill so she can go do something she wants to do. It's a hug that lasts a little longer than last time. Like it's little things, little boundary pushes. And by the way, not only were they desensitizing her, they were desensitizing her parents, because every time she stayed an extra 20, 30 minutes and nothing terrible happened, they become safer, even as they're actually becoming more dangerous.
Yeah, and I did make a mistake. It was just her mom. I believe she just lived with her mom.
But every time, think about that. Yeah. Like every time that nothing terrible happens, mom's like, this is so great. She's making money. She's being responsible, whatever the thought process is. Yeah. And I guarantee you, he was serving up responsible dad. Do you know what I mean? Like, so he probably did take her home, if anything, early the first couple times. Like they're pretty masterful. And there's this incredible book, Predators. It is the best book ever. I read it way before I had Mac, but it is stuck in my brain. And it's just straight facts. It's like, watch for this, this, and this. But this is the kind of stuff, like it's so subtle. You barely see it coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. And between Predators and Gift of Fear, I think we can keep our kids safer. I just really believe that. I mean, you'll read them someday, but I mean, they are good resources, because I just would imagine. And I wonder if mom has opened up more about this, because some parents come out, like the Petitos have taken this tragedy and they just came out swinging with information, and there's no right way to do this. If it was me, I might crawl in my hidey hole and never come out. And that's understandable. Yeah. But I do think it's so valuable when people share their stories, because we can learn. And the message here is, the neighbor that you babysit for might be grooming your kid, and you got to know what that looks like.
Yeah. So Webinar County Attorney D. Smith put it this way in his argument to the jury. He said, providing and administrating certain controlled substances to a minor in the way they were administered in this case results in an act of child abuse. Duh. And Utah law allowed for a child abuse homicide charge even without intent to kill. The legal theory was recklessness. That by committing child abuse, Eric recklessly caused her death.
I see that argument.
You don't have to mean to kill someone to be responsible for killing them. We see this all the time. DUIs.
Oh. DV, strangulation. I mean, we see this
all the time. There was also the medical examiner issue. Get ready. Which is worth talking about. The toxicology on Alexis's remains showed extremely high levels of methamphetamine, morphine, and amphetamines.
Mm-hmm.
The medical examiner said a drug-related death was, and I'm paraphrasing a little, quite honestly, the best explanation.
They don't know for sure, though.
This is where it got complicated.
Okay.
The medical examiner could not officially call it a homicide.
Mm-hmm.
He declared the manner of death undetermined, which is infuriating. He said, it's a foul circumstance, and it seems clear that someone else was involved, but he couldn't go further than that scientifically. Which did what? Gave the defense ammunition.
Even though they admitted shooting her up, what they couldn't do was prove that that's what killed her.
Correct. Yes. Mm-hmm. If the cause of death is undetermined, right? How do you convict someone of homicide?
Mm.
Mm-hmm. The prosecution's answer was because the law doesn't require us to prove he intended to kill her. We just have to prove he was abusing a child and she died as a result.
That's fair.
And the evidence of abuse was obviously overwhelming.
Well, it's like the difference between vehicular manslaughter and vehicular homicide.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yep. The prosecutor's closing argument. Here we go. He told the jury, ordinary people don't inject little girls with heroin and methamphetamine.
Get it.
Dude, you don't have sex with 16-year-olds when you're a month away from turning 36. You don't look for dates with juniors in high school. He reminded them that laws exist specifically to protect teenagers who are prone to experimenting and making mistakes because they are still developing, still being shaped by the adults around them.
Oh, they're so vulnerable.
Yes.
Yeah. They feel grown, but their brain is not.
Correct. The jury deliberated for 90 minutes.
I love that.
90.
They're like, should we stay out here a little longer so it looks like shit?
Should we no, they didn't want to make them they could have it would have made both parties sweat, but we could, Eric could sweat a little more.
Yep.
That's how long it took them to reach 4 guilty verdicts. Number 4, okay. Verdicts and sentencing. You ready?
It's my favorite part sometimes.
I know, sometimes. Eric Millerberg was found guilty on all counts: child abuse, homicide, unlawful sexual contact with a minor, obstruction of justice, and desecration of a corpse. At sentencing, the judge did not mince words. He told Millerberg directly that he had taken advantage of a young victim in an especially egregious homicide and then showed callous disregard for her body once she died. He called it an act of intentionally injecting a young woman with dangerous drugs multiple times, just beyond reckless. Millerberg, so Eric, was sentenced to consecutive terms. 5 years to life on the homicide, 1 to 15 on obstruction, and additional terms on the remaining charges. The intent from prosecutors was clear. He should spend the rest of his life in prison. I have other opinions. Yes, life in prison. anyway, hopefully he's taken care of for assaulting and abusing a minor.
Well, here's what I'll say. If he has no remorse and he's bragging about it in prison,
Literally.
he's going to run into some trouble. Mm-hmm.
Dea's case is more complicated. She cooperated. She testified against her husband. She
But
did.
she's the one who told the story. She's the one who like admitted everything. Okay.
Finally.
Did
Right.
he admit it or did he deny?
He denied. And then, oh my gosh,
Mhm.
he was also, I forget what gang, he was part of a gang, and he tried to have Dea killed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Where were they again?
Except,
Utah? 211?
I can't remember. He had, I shouldn't say he tried. He did try, but they literally denied him. And then they were like, you're no longer affiliated with us. Godspeed.
Hang on, now I gotta know what gang he was in.
Yes, look it up.
Okay,
Eric-
what was his name again?
Eric Millerberg.
Oh, Eric Millerberg back in Utah State Prison following attack in jail cell. Oh, he's a scary looking motherfucker. Did you see him?
Mhm.
Was he that scary looking before prison?
Yes.
He bragged too much. I think he bragged too much. He got to put some tattoos on there.
Oh, yeah, he did. He had a few different looks while awaiting sentencing.
He looks a little skinheaded adjacent.
Yeah, I think he was.
He was stabbed multiple times. This is April 9th, 2012. When did he go to prison? January?
Yeah, he was stabbed, but they were all, I believe they're all surface level.
Well, here's what I'm saying. It was non-life threatening, but he was stabbed multiple times. But that's quick.
No,
Like within a couple months. So
they were done with him.
they're like, shut your pie hole, man.
He tried. He really tried to get his gang to go kill his wife, and they were like, yeah.
Well,
Pound
here's the
sand,
thing
bro.
about prison that like Coburger's learning. It's not like a tour. Like you go and you stay. And so they take you to the hospital and they patch you up a little and then you go right back to prison. So,
Mm.
and it was his cellmate that attacked him.
Yes, I do remember that.
Mm-hmm.
So ultimately, Dea was convicted of desecrating a body, obstruction of justice, and illegally obtaining prescription use because she was granted immunity on some of the charges.
Mm.
The judge at her sentencing said the crime was heinous and depraved, and that he would have leveled a much harsher sentence if not for the plea deal.
Oh, I knew it. White supremacist. Yes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He said she had lost all her common sense and was not in a position to help Alexis when she needed her the most.
So that was kind of her defense, was that she couldn't because of her own issue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was sentenced up to 5 years, which is just gross. She should have
5 years is heinous.
It's nothing. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. She served 4 years and 2 months.
I will say, looking at this dude though, and understanding a little more of potentially a little more of some of the drug and gang related things. So the meth mixed with the white supremacy and things that we know from drug court and working in Denver. And Denver, we have I-70 and then we have I-25. We also, have a couple of other really major thoroughfares that come through Colorado, and we're in the middle of the country. And so we see all the gangs, like all the gangs are represented in Denver. Yeah. But we specifically have some pretty nasty white supremacist gangs in Denver. And that makes me think about his wife. Not she's completely complicit in what happened to Alexis, but it does make me wonder a little bit, it's giving old lady gang vibes. So then I'm like, well, how much control did she have, Yeah.
But did you hear me? So she was sentenced to 5. She only served 4 years and 2 months.
Why'd they let her out?
Well, I'll tell you, she was released early for completing programs in substance abuse, culinary arts, and business. So 4 years for the death of a 16-year-old.
No, that's wrong.
So yeah, I mean, it's not just, in my opinion.
Mm-mm.
The legal system gave her a deal in exchange for testimony that helped convict the person more responsible. Without her testimony, it's possible Eric could have walked. So,
Because they wouldn't have been able to prove.
yeah. Yeah. So let me ask you, what do you think we do from here? Where do we take her case? How do we make sense of it? Or how do we move forward with this type of thing?
I think vigilance. I think, I mean, I hate a cautionary tale. I have a love-hate relationship with a cautionary tale because I think, like with the Petitos, it's just life-changing to lose someone in a horrific way, and then sometimes there's an opportunity to educate. And I think that's our passion with the podcast, is getting into how can we protect people, help people and protect people. So there's definitely something to be learned here. Definitely something to be learned here. And also, there's absolutely nothing in the world that this mother's responsible for, in the sense that her behavior caused her daughter's death. But there were signs, there were signs. I just believe that. I don't think you start using hard drugs at 16 and not have signs. Particularly methamphetamine shows up. You can see it in this guy in his trial. When you look at the pictures, you can see.
Oh, yeah,
it.
100%.
So I don't, it shows up fast, even in teenagers.
Yeah.
I've worked with a lot of teenagers who've used methamphetamine, and they look older overnight. I mean, it's unbelievable. So I'm not saying her mom was asleep at the wheel, of especially single mom, probably working. I mean, there's a lot probably that was happening there, but I don't know. I have questions about that. The running away but telling mom where she was that an attempt to connect in a way too? So I don't share that to shame mom. It's not mom's fault, but I think our teenagers are really precious, and I think they're hard to parent sometimes, and sometimes, maybe all the time. And they get a little big for their britches, and they're running around and they're doing whatever, and I think it's really hard to battle that as a parent consistently, like wake up every day to that fight. But I think it's so important that we do, and I don't know that mom didn't. And I hope that mom continues to tell the story of her beautiful daughter, because that is what the Petitos have done so beautifully. It's just to say, like, she's going to be a light and she's going to save a lot of lives. And I think this girl has, and will, with her story too.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Nat. That's a tough one, but that is an important one.
I know. Well, and I will say, like we talked about the relationship with Dea and Eric, right? Like, my guess is that she had also been victimized. My guess is that there was a lot going on for her too. And also, it doesn't, in my opinion, mean that she should have had that light of a sentence. But this is one of those cases where it's like, how, I don't know, like talking about the psychology of each of them, right? Like, we've already allegedly said that he's potentially on the, continuum of psychopathy. Where do you think she could be? Allegedly.
Well, I said this also in the training yesterday, was, personality wise, what we're starting to figure out is that a lot of people are on the spectrum for personality disorder, and they really just seem to organize themselves in pairs with a frequency that is alarming. And so I do wonder, certainly I don't know anything about her, especially across her lifespan, which is what is needed. And so there's no way to diagnose folks like this. But I mean, I think it takes a certain type of dysfunction to manage that,
Mhm.
or try to manage that. So I have questions. One of the places my brain goes, of course, is parasitic lifestyle. So I'm like, was she working? Who's paying the bills? How are they paying the bills? Who's doing what for what?
I mean, she was a nurse.
And we've had men. And so was he working?
Right. Right.
Probably not. I mean, if I
No,
had to bet money, if
no.
I had to bet money, again, allegedly, I literally have no idea, but I would bet real good dollars that he is, living off of her. And so
Yeah.
that's interesting and tracks with all of those things too.
Yeah. Well, I tried to picture like what would I feel as a therapist if someone like her walked into our office?
I think it's happened before.
Well, yeah.
But
knowing the
like
story,
this close to a disaster.
like knowing the story, this exact story, right? Like what it would be hard, I mean, obviously we rise up to most challenges.
Oh yeah. Well, I think what a lot of therapists would think is safety plan with her, and you'd never get a second session.
Mhm.
You would not get a second session with this chick if you tried to safety plan with her.
I
That
know,
doesn't
but
mean safety planning is bad. It just means
But I mean,
there's
if
a
she
different way in.
right. But I mean, if she walked into your office after this incident,
Oh,
she was only there for 4 years.
if we're part of her parole plan, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, this is a refer out for me.
Yeah.
It really is, and I hate to say it, but I think as a provider, there's things that we can work with and things that we can't, and we have to know what those things are. And you and I can work with some heinous crap that other people can't work with. This is one that would be really hard for me to work with for a lot of reasons, and there's layers to it. The white supremacy, there's just things that would be hard.
Yep.
And so it doesn't mean I couldn't do it, but this is one that would be very challenging to work with.
Yeah. I agree.
And we've worked with people who have been convicted of some pretty heinous stuff and some things that have involved children. And it doesn't mean we can't work with any of them, but it requires a lot of work and supervision and expertise to do this kind of work well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for listening. I'm going to go over just some resources really quick. So if you or someone you know is concerned about grooming behaviors, whether involving a child or yourself as an adult looking back, the Child Help National Child Abuse Hotline is available at 1-800-422-4453. You can also call RAINS, RAINNS hotline. That number is 1-800-656-4673.
That's a good organization too. They have good resources. Well, and next week we've got am I or are you? Are you dating a narcissist? Am I dating a narcissist?
Yes. Are you dating a narcissist?
Are you dating a narcissist? We got your back, people. We're gonna help you out for men and women.
Yep.
All people, how it shows up,
Yep.
Well, thanks, Natters.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all next week, as always.
Bye, forensic friends.
I'm Janine.
And I'm Nat.
And as always, thanks for listening and join us next week for more crime, psychology, and heart.